Got the tires mounted on the wheels now. Looking really good with the 245s on those decograms. Oh yeah. This is gonna be sick this year. Welcome to part 2 of my K-swap track build, where I'm going to be removing the engine so I can begin getting it ready for its new home in that Civic hatchback. So the first thing I did was jack up the car and get the wheels off so I can get to the axle nuts and the axles, get everything removed from there. Then it's removing cowls like there and up there, and then I can start disconnecting electrical and everything else, airbox, etc. Alright, so for the shift linkage, you have a little cotter pin on each one of these that you remove, and then you can slide these off. Then you have a clip on each one, and then you can just kind of wiggle and push those through and then out. Alright, another quick update. Got the subframe completely dropped. It's just resting on the wheels now. I've got everything disconnected. Axles are out, so literally all that's left after that is going to be that mount and that mount, and we can lift this whole thing out of the car already. So it's the following morning, and I'm going to go ahead and put everything back together in order to make this car roll, and that way I can get it out of my way. I would like to take this down to the car wash, pressure wash it off with some degreaser, get everything nice and clean before I start working on it. So I need to get that out of the way in order to get my truck back here and load up the engine into the back of it. Alright, so I now have the donor car put back together and ready to roll around so that I can move it as needed until I'm ready to get rid of it. There are probably a couple more things I'll pull off of this, and a couple of parts that are probably worthwhile for other people. I wouldn't want to see, you know, quality parts go to the crusher if they can help out somebody else in their project car. Yeah, I mean, basically ready to get this thing out of my way so that I can go and wash this thing up and make it look nice and ready to go. Here's the engine and trans after a little bit of degreaser and a pressure wash. I wanted to show a little bit more of the procedure, but I've had a lot going on today. It's been kind of a crazy afternoon. But yeah, at least it's ready for me to start the work on it. Back at it again with the K-swap track car build. It snowed again, of course, because of this time of year, but I have a lot of stuff to get done inside the garage, so that's all right. Alright, so today I'm going to go ahead and separate the transmission from the engine. Then I'm going to go ahead and replace the clutch. I need to get started with the timing kit. I need to replace the throttle body. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen before this engine's ready to go into its new home. Alright, I just got the transmission separated. The clutch smell is really strong, so I'm very glad that I was planning to replace that anyway. But the next step is to get the engine mounted up to the actual engine stand so that I can do the remainder of the work on it. I didn't really get a whole lot of filming done today. I did get a lot of work done though. I got the valve cover off, got the timing covers off, got the timing chain off, got the oil pan off, got the oil pump off, everything getting ready to have new pieces installed, better oil pump, and new timing kit. Alright, I have this grease so that when I go ahead and tap the new threads, I'm going to catch all the shavings. And then I'm actually going to be using that plug as opposed to a bolt because that'll make it nice and flush. Not necessarily important, but I just kind of like the way it looks when it's all said and done. And then we'll be able to install the pump. Here we've got the old oil pump right next to the new oil pump, and then you can see why the benefit is to be had with this new one. It's a lot smaller, less rotating mass, less weight, And it doesn't have the balance shafts, so that's very helpful for spinning up to high RPM. Here I have the oil passage plugged, it's ready to go, so now I can install the oil pump and I can do the timing kit. I have now cleaned up gasket surfaces. I do need to actually take off the flywheel to get the last little bit for the oil pan, and then I will be ready to start putting everything back together. Right now I'm going to go ahead and prep this valve cover for paint. Obviously it looks pretty gross, so I want to make it look nice. Alright, this is where I'm going to finish for tonight. I have a good coat of 180. I'm going to do another coat of 320 first thing in the morning, but it's getting kind of late, so I just wanted to get inside and show what we have for progress so far. All done masking off the valve cover. Going to go ahead and start spraying it in just a few minutes. I'm in between coats right now, but I really wanted to get a video of how it's looking already. It's going to be a wrinkle finish, so it's going to look a little different when it's completely dry, but already getting some really good coverage on it. I decided to have a little fun to see how it all looks when put together. I'm pretty pleased with it. Now I need to actually take everything back apart so I can finish putting this engine together properly. That's going to do it for this episode of the K-Swap track build.